What is going on, my friends? It is your boy, John Quick of the Talk That Lingo crew. Where we talk that lingo very fast. You already know the vibes. And like I always say, listen, man, forget all that. It's harder to keep money than get it. You already know. But I'm here with a very special guest, my boy, Talib Benz.
Yeah, what's good, man? What's up?
Here in the flesh, live and direct, man. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed, brother. How you doing?
Hey, man, I can't call it. Happy to have you.
Yeah.
We got some very good content knocked out this weekend for sure.
Yeah, we definitely did, man. Hard work pays off, man. You already know.
Yeah, this is a very talented actor. We have a couple of films, short films, and series as well coming to y'all. Definitely at the start of the summer, we're gonna be dropping some of that content. But yeah, man. Anything that you want to let the people know about your acting skills and how you really honed in to the different characters and roles that we kind of put out there for you.
Shucks. Acting.
Mm-hmm.
Acting has always been something I love doing.
Sure.
Acting has always been the next step for me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get to portray an ideal or a picture or a vision of what someone wants me to represent, that shit is exciting to me.
Word.
I take it back to when I was a kid and we would be playing, cops and robbers. That shit would be exciting, playing a robber or playing a cop whenever it was my turn. Like we was acting. Little to, no knowledge of knowing the form of acting we were doing because it was just a game.
Right.
We were so involved with oh shit. Hey, man, you got the money, and it's pretend money at this time, you know what I'm saying? And our friends like with the orange guns or making gun sounds, and it's like, oh shit, y'all not gonna catch us, and just running with that and the realism of it and the energy of it and the time that helped pass with it, and the connection it brought with me and my friends. I loved all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, watching movies and, like, damn, wanting to be the hero.
I can appreciate that.
Just being in that world and being represented and looked at something that you can't do in your actual reality while it's being done in your actual reality has always been mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate that too, especially like you said, you doing this thing, and that goes to show that like the things that we do as a kid, we inherit the results of those things as adults.
Exactly.
So very interesting stuff, but I appreciate you being in the flesh. I know y'all know, my boy is a Brooklyn native. So
you dig. Yo, shout out Crown Heights.
Facts.
I already know the fucking vibes. Brooklyn all day.
Yeah, Brooklyn. And you already know every time we do the show, he's in Brooklyn. I'm in Philly. I'm here at the studio. So very interesting stuff. But I'm sure y'all seen the title of the show. How do we know we are alive? And I want to extend that question to you, my brother, because I'm gonna tell you exactly where the theme of this show came from.
Right.
I was doing a quiz for school, and it just so happened that this question was one of the questions. Tali was there. He is listening in as I'm doing and studying for this class, studying for the quiz, and doing the quiz. He was there the entire time. And he's just kind of listening in as the video that I was watching was asking this very question that y'all see here on your screen. And I thought it would be a really good opportunity to kind of get your all thoughts on how do we know we're alive. We have our conscience, we have our body, we have our thoughts, we have our beliefs, we have laws that govern our beliefs. We have laws that govern our actions. We also have these things called religions, right? But with all of that pushed to the side, my question to you all and to you, Talib, what makes us alive? How do we know we are alive? And what tangible evidence do we have that says that we are alive? Okay, you can pick up something. I could pick up this cup. I could drink it. I could taste the contents of what's in the glass.
Right.
And then obviously I go to the bathroom. I'll piss out what I drank, that type of thing. But
Right.
what are some of the tangible things that suggests that we actually exist and are alive? Well, I guess let me back up, because existing and being alive are two different things.
Yes.
So let me start by saying, what are some things, as my brother Chris just joined us, and I'll open this up to you as well, Chris. But Talib, I wanted if you could answer very quickly. How do we know we are alive?
I would say we know that we're alive because when we go to sleep,
Yeah.
we know what it is to feel the sun on our face.
When you go to sleep, you know what it is to feel the sun on your face.
When you wake up.
When you wake up, all right.
Yeah,
you almost,
wake up,
you almost
up,
lost me there. You almost lost me there, my boy. I'm gonna let you continue.
When you wake up, like you know what it is. If you have kids, you know what it is for them to run up on you and hug you. You know what I'm saying? If you go to a job that you hate, you know what it is to how annoying that shit must be. Mm-hmm. Vice versa, if you go to a job that you love, you know how happy it makes you to feel to be there. And in that sense, being alive is shown because you're feeling it.
I can. Okay, so basically, what you described were things that you feel when you have something done or as an action that you perform, and I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that because I'm assuming that yes, you can say that you or we are alive because we feel these things. I guess my question is, what would be the empirical evidence to say you are alive? You have this. Chris, my brother, how you doing, my brother? How is everything going, my brother? How we doing? How we doing?
What's going on, player? Get myself together, man. I gotta get the youngin' together, hurry up and hop on. I'm alright though, man. Got some brown stew. My girl done hooked up some brown stew, got me a pina colada. She done got me straight. I'm gonna let y'all know. Y'all need to get yourself a nice little beautiful queen, because I'm telling you, you get the good stuff. But go ahead. What was your question?
You making listen. You making all my listeners jealous, man. First of all, you got a good woman at home, and that good woman is making you pina coladas. The product of you having a good woman is those pina coladas over there. How's that pina colada tasting, my brother? Let us know, man. You got whipped cream on him?
No. It's just frozen.
Got it. That joint.
Blended it up.
Brother ain't lying to you. The brother ain't lying to you, and it makes sense. Like, can I ask you something, Chris? Welcome to the show. You look like you have a good mother in your life. Am I right?
Yeah, I have a great father though. I guess had a great father.
Mm-hmm. Oh, rest in peace.
So you bring up the mother, but I just switch it to the father because that's the one who did.
But what I'm saying is, you had a strong black woman in your life that took.
Yeah, my grandma. My mom was around, but my grandma did the same.
And in that sense, that same black woman, your queen now is giving you that same love. So you're absolutely right about when you get yourself a black queen, you got to think about the black queens that raised you well, that loved you well, and you're going to get that in the same representation if you pick one up, especially one that understands the value of love and taking care of a black king. So I double salute that, and I double salute your message.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate you. That's a fact.
Yes, sir. But let me ask you this, my brother.
I'm listening.
Sure, you probably see the question on the screen, but I'm going to extend this question to you. And I'll give you a little bit of the monologue that we did. So obviously, we have our consciousness, We have our thoughts. We have what we believe. We have our religions. We have our feelings. What Talib was just talking about here. My question to you is, what evidence do we have as humans to suggest that we are actually alive? Like, how do we know we are alive? And what are your thoughts on that?
That's a deep question, brother. I can give you the simple answer to saying I'm breathing every day. I wake up every day.
Okay.
I mean,
tell me more.
I'm already. Well, one thing I can tell you, it's alive. We're alive because I've been some places in this world, and when you go out, when you go travel, and you see how beautiful this world is, you gotta be alive to see this. I mean, I don't seeing like a. You ever been on the cruise ship?
Okay, yeah.
And then you just like on some Titanic stuff. And it's just like a different view. I don't know, just different stuff you see and different stuff you experience in life show me that I'm alive.
So your view with you're saying seeing, when you see something, you know you're alive because you were able to physically see it, and then you were able to experience it as well. Is that right?
Yeah, and I'm breathing every day. Don't forget that. I'm able to take a breath. Like that's how I know I'm alive. Everybody can't do that. Some people on some kind of machines and all that, and they can't do that. I'm able to look real easy. I know I'm alive. You feel me?
I'm gonna challenge you because I understand what you're saying and I agree, but I want to challenge you so we can move the conversation forward, right?
Right.
So if you're breathing, then you're alive.
Mm-hmm.
Is what you're saying. If you're breathing, then you are alive.
Right.
So what about let's say a plant, right?
Mm-hmm.
A plant breathes through photosynthesis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that the plant is alive?
Yes.
I'm about to say for sure, because I want to say definitely. Plants are alive. Trees. Think about animals. Animals are able to breathe. That's how they're alive.
Okay. I'm following you.
You need some kind of air. You need some kind of air and oxygen. I feel like, I don't know if that's just science, but I feel like everything that's alive and able to do some kind of moving or production is alive. Like everybody, every person or thing that's alive got their part to do. Whether it's a bee, an ant, a flower, a tree, everything got.
Everything on this earth plays its part.
Okay, so let me ask you this: does a fish breathe?
Yes.
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure in that air they got them. That's why they got them gills, right?
No, fish don't breathe.
No. To breathe is like
oxygen.
Is like oxygen, to take in oxygen, right?
And that shouldn't be the only definition of what breathing is. That limits the definition to what we only know.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and that's why we're having this conversation, because of the limitations of words. You got to understand, when we have words, right? When we say words, you have to put a finite definition to that word. You can't just say, okay, this is the definition of the word, and then extend the word, because that's you moving the goalposts. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm gonna argue, okay, fish don't breathe, and you're saying, okay, well, to breathe means to take in oxygen, but if I want to include a fish, I need to say to take in oxygen through water or air. Okay, well, now you are moving the goalposts from what the what the actual definition of to breathe is.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
All right, so and you know what?
Because you can't breathe in water.
You can't.
But fish can't breathe outside of water.
And the fish can't breathe outside of water. So we can't say both are breathing air and breathing, or passing water or breathing air. You get what I'm saying? Like, we can't say it's the same thing, because
we're not saying it's the same thing, because of course, there's two different mechanics to it.
Sure.
But what we're saying is that we're not taking away that fish do breathe or that they don't breathe, or how you said, how you had framed your question.
Sure.
How you asked it. Do fish breathe in the water?
Right.
You can't say that because of their mechanics. It's different.
So they don't breathe then.
They do. They do what they do.
That's a good way to put it. I like it when you put that. They do what they do.
Hold up.
I definitely feel that vibe.
That's why you feel that vibe, Chris, because that's something that you would say. They do what they do.
Do what they do in the water, man.
It's a fact.
They do what they do. That's it.
I mean, that's the only way us as humans can understand it. Like, all right, nigga, I get it. They do because that's what they fucking do. You know what I'm saying? Like they breathe. I mean, they're born.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, that their whole existence is based around that.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question.
And then all right, go ahead, mother.
Go ahead, brother.
What's the definition of like actually alive? Like, so what's that definition of to be alive?
The definition
or alive
to be alive,
or just alive, like what is that definition?
Well, let me ask you this:
why? But it's something that they made up, right?
What is the reason that you were asking that question? I'm going to tell you, but I want you to kind of expand on before I give you the answer. I want you to expand on what's the reason or premise behind you asking that question.
Because I think it will give us a more clarity of we'll be able to give a better answer if we know like exactly what's alive. Because everybody got their different definition of what alive is. Like, okay, that's what I'm saying. So, what is the actual definition? And I put on some quotes because it's definitely something that all these words are something that it was all made up. So,
I see. Look, it's simple.
So
anything
to be alive, the definition of to be alive is having life. Anything that is not dead or or inanimate. The third definition of this would be knowing or realizing the existence of something. So I guess I'm going to ask that again.
Wow.
How I know, right? It's not very clear, right?
Because from that definition, a plant wouldn't be alive, I guess.
No, a plant. No, ladies and gentlemen, plants are alive.
Plants are
I agree, but according to that definition.
No, but wait, his premise, his argument is that by that definition, plants are not alive. I understand what you're saying, that yes, we can confirm that plants are alive. What Chris is saying is that by the definition that we looked up, plants are not alive.
That's not necessarily true. What you said did not breathe any type of air into saying that plants are not alive.
No, but what he's saying is based off this definition, the definition of of a person, animal, or a plant living. A plant is alive.
See, now that's what I'm trying to figure out. Why y'all felt that definition even said anything about a plant being nothing else but.
Yeah, so I gotta call you to the center stage, Chris. Why you felt like that?
Read that again. Can you read that definition again?
It said having life or something that is not dead or imminent.
What's imminent?
What is that says imminent, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says imminent, people. I know how to read. I read on the 4th grade reading level. I know how to read.
Yeah.
Right, it was like three definitions.
So the third definition was knowing or realizing the existence of something. So
that's what I'm saying. That's no. But I can understand what you're saying because at first it say plant, read all this stuff. But by that last definition, there's no way in hell
that plants evolve. So for a plant to understand the environment that it's around, and for some plants to actually create toxins sometimes to even protect itself from being eaten by other predators is ridiculous. People forget about that. Well, there's a reason why certain fruits and plants and stuff is like it's poison, and that's because it was either being eaten too much, or in order to protect itself, it had to create something.
Well, I guess I'm going to stop here because I guess what Chris is saying does kind of make sense if you think about it. So we're looking at the third definition of being alive, which is knowing or realizing the existence of something. How can we point to evidence that says plants know or realize that they are here and they exist? What evidence do you lean on to say that?
Do you know that when a plant or anything grows, especially when roots spread, if there's a rock in front of it, especially with trees, it doesn't stop. It grows around it.
Okay, so
for a root for roots to know that there's an object in front of it.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then to still grow, but it is going to grow around it, or sometimes it grows over it.
I guess my one thing is,
what would you say that is? Wouldn't you make the same movement a root would do if there was an obstacle?
No, absolutely, and for that I agree. But I want to be the devil's advocate here and play the rebel and say, what about roots that grow through rocks? Instead of going around or going over, they just say, you're in my way. Well, you got to move. I'm going through you
and push past it.
So in that regard, you could say the root doesn't know the outside environment, the exterior environment, because it was met with force. It didn't stop at that force. It just said, you know what, this is force, but here's my force. This is the direction that I'm going.
The rock would have to be very, very small, because I can honestly tell
that's not true. I have to stop you there. That's not true.
That's not true.
There are mountains with rocks. There are mountains with literal trees growing outside of them. Like on the rock, it's a tree growing from inside of the rock. You ever seen that?
To see that. I've never seen that.
I can show you right now.
I've never seen that.
Show you right now.
And this is why we love the internet, y'all.
And you can pull up anything, right? 2 seconds.
Immediately. So look at this. This is literally
no. Hold up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's already a crack in the rock.
Okay.
So if it's any type of passage, anything to grow through, why wouldn't that plant grow through that?
I'm gonna share this.
Come on now.
All right, no, I'm gonna share this.
Come on now, yo. There's cracks.
Can you see that, Chris?
Yeah, I see it.
There was already a crack in the rock.
But how do you know it was already there?
What do you mean? How do we know? Because there is.
Okay, this is a very good picture. There is no way that crack existed in this rock. This rock was one solid rock, and this tree said, "Fuck you, I'm growing this."
You know what that could have been also, bro? Wear and tear. That rock was made up of it. Couldn't have been as strong as other rocks.
Okay.
But do you see the way that big ass rock is? And like I told you, when the rock is strong, what happens? It grows around it because it understands that there is something stronger enough.
Explain this one then. Explain this. Explain how this tree is growing through this rock. Explain
the gaps in the spaces. That's all that is. And you see how it can't expand anywhere past but the space that it was given. And that's what you have to understand. That's right there.
This nigga's an archaeologist.
Nah. I stay quiet for a reason, because he had me a long time ago. Like, I agree with him. So
you agree?
No, because like the plant, the trees, they're definitely alive. He definitely explained how they growed around. That's a fact. I can't argue with that. Plants are alive, but by the point, that definition, like, they just make up some kind of definition. That last definition was dumb. Like, a couple of them definitions on it didn't make sense.
But that's the whole premise behind. If you have a finite definition, that everything can be determined by the definition of this. When you go to extend the definition, then it gets tight. Then it's like, yes, we are moving the goalposts to kind of create space for things that don't fit the initial finite definition.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And then those extended versions of the definition, you start really like losing the ultimate meaning behind the actual word that they're using, like a lot. So I think that was a good conversation right here. And I'm going to segue into this. What does it mean to exist? Now, we talked about being alive, where Chris talked about breathing. You actually breathe, and we talked about the fish, and then we brought up the definition of the trees and things like that, being able to grow around or even through the rock, through those already formed cracks in the rock. So my question is, what does it mean to be alive? And then a follow-up question would be, is being alive and existing the same thing? And Chris, I want to open this up to you because you were quiet a little bit. So I'll open this up to you.
I like to think about stuff. What does it mean to exist? Come back to me.
All right. Well, let me ask you the follow-up question as well. Is being alive and existing the same thing?
And that's what I'm starting to think. Like I don't see the difference.
Well,
Like,
talk me through your thought.
Because your existence. Well, I guess it could be two different things. Because your existence, could some mean about like your name or something like that. Like some who a person is. Being alive in existence is two different things.
Okay.
I just gotta put it in the right words.
Okay. Talk me through your thoughts. I want to hear. I want to hear what you're thinking, because here's the thing. The reason why I want to hear what you're thinking is because I'm just like you, where okay, I agree that being alive and existing are two different things. I can see in a world where they could be very similar and they unite with each other to some degree. But before Tyler goes, I want to have you share your thoughts on the whole rhetoric of existing and being alive, regardless of what you actually think. I just kind of want you to talk me through what you think, or what you're thinking.
So when you say you tired of somebody's existence, like that's talking about a person, like a human being. You feel me? Like, and what they represent, if that makes sense.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking about. We're talking about existence. Now, when we're talking about being alive, I explained that, like breathing and all that. So it's kind of, that's what I mean. It's like little two different. Existence is a person. I want to say like somewhat of the reputation, like who they are. I think.
Okay.
And being alive is, I guess, I just breathing and seeing all that, and seeing the world and all that. But existence is like this is I don't know, just a person. I don't know if that's their reputation. That's who a person is. That's their existence. If that if that makes sense.
So let me make sure I understand you. So you're saying what a person stands for and who they are morally signifies their existence.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it, my man. Exactly.
So if I believe in something, or if I stand for something, then I exist.
Yeah. I can't really say that. I can see where you're going with that, but I'm thinking your existence also is like some of what you represent. So I can't say.
When you say represent, what do you mean represent though?
You asked some good questions. I need a chance to think about.
I just want to ask these.
You asked a good question, but
Yeah,
I just need a chance. Give me a second to think about it.
I just want to ask those clarifying questions because, like I said, even in the last conversation that we were having, we get so caught up in what words mean, we actually stretch the definition of them a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
I'm not saying that you do. I'm not saying that you do that alone, but we're all humans and we do that. We know what something means, but we still extend the definition. So now I'm gonna open it up to you, and I guess I'm gonna go even a step further. Can you exist without being alive, or can you be alive and not exist?
Can you say it again?
Can you be alive and not exist? And can you exist and not be alive?
You can be alive and not exist, and I say that because existing is what you do when you make an impact. And like when your life's work makes an impact on the people, you've existed.
What if your life's work doesn't make an impact on the people? Does that mean you don't exist?
And it doesn't mean that it won't make an impact later.
No. What if, like I said, finite definitions? I'm going on the finite thing to say, what if you do not make an impact on people? Do you or do you not exist? I don't want to talk about possibilities and generalities. I'm talking about if we establish your life's work doesn't make an impact on people, do you exist?
Yes, because depending on the type of character and the person you was within a small circle you was around, you know, you would have still made an impact. It might not have been on a global scale or to what your aspirations might have wanted them to be, but I'm pretty sure your best friend was proud, your girlfriend was proud, you know, your friends, your whole clique was proud, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, your family was proud. And in that regard and in that respect, you still have to take your wins where you can get them.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So if you sit there and say, damn, the world didn't appreciate my music, it didn't appreciate my art.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. It's like, well, damn, you can't kick yourself that much over the head, because I'm pretty sure your friends pulled up to your show. I'm pretty sure your mama was like, I told everyone at the church about your music. So, you know what I'm saying? You just really got to look at life where some people don't really get to appreciate it because they're dead.
Okay.
You know, so if you know what I'm saying? If you can appreciate that fact, like, damn, it's like, yo, I could be dead and not even receiving no type of nothing.
Fact.
You feel me? So even if you died and now your whole life was just about always giving back and you went to church, like it was, let me just say, not in any type of crazy way for the people that took me crazy, but in a small scale. You know what I'm saying? You went to church all the time.
Right.
You feel me? You always gave and you did. You had community service. You know, whenever it was food pantry to help feed the homeless, you did something.
Yeah.
So everyone in the neighborhood knew your name good around. He always helped. His mama was always helping. It made sense. He would always help such and such across the street. You could trust him. And in that sense, even though you're not making $1 billion and feeding the world, it's like these people still took your kindness to heart. So God forbid you died, you would be missed. And in that sense, you exist.
Damn, this boy is a critical philosopher right here. Yo, if you are in here, make sure you drop a like. Be sure to subscribe. Listen, man, we got my brother Chris Berger from the Atlanta, Georgia area. Obviously, we got my boy Tally.
Hold on.
Yo,
this dude, dog.
You're not from Atlanta? You're not from Atlanta? You're not from Atlanta? You're not from Atlanta?
How they change up on you, man? How did they change right up on you?
Let me know how that pina colada is working, man. You still got some left, or what you doing with it, man? Let me show. Put it up to the screen, my boy. Let me see, man.
I'm still here with it, man.
Glass half full.
I'm still here with it, man.
Glass half full. Listen, on this next topic, we're gonna need you to finish the remainder of that glass, my boy.
It's a frozen drink. Which one we get? A brain freeze?
Listen, man, I'm gonna ask you this follow-up question because you kind of ducked it. Can you be alive and not exist? And can you exist and not be alive? That's my question. Now that you've had some time to think about it.
Yeah, you could definitely be alive and not exist. But not really. Because you could say they don't exist, but they definitely, because they didn't do anything, but they definitely represented or they made an impact on somebody. Like everybody exists because you did something in this world. So without you doing that something in this world, who knows if this world still would have went the same way. Like everybody exists and they did something to make this world still exist. If that makes sense. Like even if you're not alive, like you can say somebody's. I don't know. Hold on.
Talk me through it. Talk me through it.
No, I am because I'm saying like if you're not alive, which meaning you're dead,
Right.
you're definitely like your existence still goes on. You feel me? Because niggas, people still remember you for what you did or what you didn't do. Like you're still gonna be remembered. So even when you're dead, you're still gonna be remembered for if you did something good or you did something bad or you didn't do nothing at all. People still remember you. Think about one of your cousins or something or your friends that don't do much. You're gonna remember them for not doing nothing. Even when they gone, their existence still gonna linger because you're gonna remember them things.
Okay.
Because they ain't do nothing. You feel me? So no matter what, your existence will still be around. You feel me?
Okay. No, I'm following.
Like everybody in this world did something. You feel me? Like to exist. So here we go. To exist, you have to, like you said, you have to do something. But everybody does something, no matter what is good, bad, nothing. You did something. You feel me? You might have one day crossed the street, blocked the car one day, slow somebody down from hitting somebody. I don't know. You feel me? But your existence did something. That bum. I mean, everybody's existence in this world did something. You feel me?
That's a
So
fact.
even when you're dead, somebody gonna still remember you for what you did or didn't do, or no matter what. So your existence, like you said, like your existence represent is you. It's like your shadow or whatever. That's you. Now your existence is you. Whatever you did, that's your existence. Good, bad, or whatever.
Nah, I can see that. I can see that. Talib, anything you want to add to that? As my cat was just walking off.
Right. I was trying to guide it.
Yeah,
like, hey.
that's why I just gave it a little nudge to get off.
Nah, the crazy part on that is especially about existence and scenarios is that there have been situations where a bum being in a scenario that he or she is going through, right, where they have saved people that have been attacked. Now imagine that, the fact that that person being in a predicament that they're being in, being in that place helped save you. Right? So, like, how crazy is that? What that person go through in life to make them a homeless person? Was that necessary? Apparently, right? For you to be saved from a moment that would have probably, traumatized you for the rest of your life or the rest of your existence.
But when you say the rest of your existence, that is contrary to what Chris said, because Chris said that even after you died, you still technically exist. But you said until the end of your existence.
No, but that's something that they do remember.
So I guess now my new question is, what is the end of your existence? How do you no longer exist? And at what point do you no longer exist?
When the memory of you can no longer be shared.
So, okay, let me ask you about Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus is dead, effectively.
But he will always be remembered as a motherfucking shithead.
But does he exist?
Yes. No. Well, I said yes, no.
Does Christopher Columbus exist? He is now dead.
The spirit of Christopher Columbus still exists.
Okay, so the spirit of him exists, but
I was about to say, so it hit me when they said they're existing. Like Nipsey Hussle to me is still existing. Like Pop Smoke is like it's still existing.
Yeah, he's still alive through his music.
So it feels but like Christopher Columbus, I can see where you're coming from because that's as far as it felt like he still exists when you read a book or something when he was in school. To me, when I just thought about that, he still exists because the stuff he did, and all that. But I can go ahead.
Christopher Columbus was just in the news, y'all. And let's remember when this motherfucker was born and doing what he was doing. He was sailing on a boat when there was
no. We're not going there. We're not going there.
You should. You should.
He was just in the news.
We not going there.
He was just in the news when it was kicking over statues and all of
Let
that.
me stop the music.
So he's still existing. He is still existing.
We not going there right
You
now.
feel me?
We keeping the conversation.
I'm just saying, like, if that's how y'all gonna bring it up, you gotta understand the spirit of Christopher Columbus will always be alive because we were always taught a certain way of it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll give you that.
Now woke. Now they can say, all right, now you're woke. You know who the fuck he is and what it was. So I don't represent that. I ain't celebrating that no more. But guess what, motherfucker? You was already still celebrating it. So in that sense of it, it's going to still remain. The fact that they made a big deal about a motherfucking statue that this nigga was not gonna make not one complaint about baffles me. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Facts. I give you that. That was a great conversation. I enjoyed that. Let me get the music going again. I had to stop the music there, y'all. But no. So, in my estimation, you can exist and not be alive based off of Chris's definition of existence and Talib's definition of existence as well. You can exist and not be alive. Your ideas, your morals, what you stood for, like Jesus. Jesus is not alive, but he exists. He exists through the ideology that everybody carries on. He exists through the religion, the multiple religions that Jesus himself has not I want to say he created himself, but the multiple religions that are using Jesus as the beacon or the base model, right? So you can exist and not be alive. However, my thinking is you can't be alive and not exist. And here's the reason why. Because if you are alive, you obviously have to exist. Nothing that lives does not exist. But things that exist don't need to live, like a piece of paper. A piece of paper exists, but it doesn't need to be alive for us to be able to use it and take advantage of its properties. You get what I'm saying? A pen doesn't need to be alive, but it exists. Somewhere, a room that we live in, the bed that we sleep on, it exists, but it's not alive. You get what I'm saying? So that's something that I thought was very interesting. That was a very good conversation. But I'm going to end this conversation with what do we need to have to be alive? And Chris, I'm gonna open that up to you. What do we need to absolutely have? What are some things that we need to have to say that this or I or we are alive?
For a person, for us, you need oxygen. You need some money.
Okay.
Sadly, but if you ain't got no money, your ass is gonna think you did. So you definitely gonna need. So I'm just saying, you definitely need some money. You definitely need oxygen and money, and since for me now, you need a family, because yo, that's personally to me, because like through everything, not just your immediate family, like the extended family too. You feel me? You need a family to stay alive through this life, because like just being alive is breathing, right? But you need certain tools to stay alive. You feel me? Like you need the smarts, you need to know how to maneuver. So you need that education, but the education is like, I'm not just talking about like books. I'm talking about like you need the common sense, street smarts, and all that. So there's a couple of tools. So I would say the education all around. You need money. And number one of it all, you need God. And that's number one for me. You need God to stay alive, because He keeps you solid through these crazy life. Because this life will drive you crazy where you won't want to be alive. So that's like the key, because the main. So that's it. We'll go ahead. Right, I just keep talking. We'll go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. Talk. Like I said, talk me through your thoughts, because I think what the obviously the three of us are different people. So we have very similar thoughts, but completely different in the approach to get to that end outcome or end result. So no, I appreciate you doing it. Talib, I'll open it up to you. What do we need to have to be alive?
I want to touch point on Christopher has said, and he's absolutely right. Family.
Mm-hmm.
Family. I wanna address not just only to the to the two gentlemen here at the table. I want to address to the world. Embrace your family.
Mm-hmm.
Embrace your family.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And if you can't embrace your family, embrace your friends. There is no point in reason where any one of us should ever feel alone or feel like we can't talk to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Being alive is understanding that you are not alone in this world. And this world is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad enough we have old white men and Chinese men and Russian men doing stupid shit that could interrupt our daily lives that we think that we have control over. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And being alive, most importantly for me and myself personally, is doing what the fuck you love to do.
Mm.
If you love something, fuck what anyone else's opinion has to say about it, because anyone else's opinion diminishes what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And people have to understand, you know how sick that sounds when you try to down someone for something they want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I could be an asshole about it and down you for wanting to eat breakfast. Because that's what you want to do, right? Like, come on now. Allow people to live and be exactly who they want to be. And that's the version of life everyone should want to live.
I'm telling y'all right now, this brother was a deacon or a pastor in his past life. I'm telling y'all right now, I already know. I get the vibe from this brother that this brother. What's up with this pina colada? Nah. You gotta finish it. We wrapping up the show. You gotta finish this pina colada, my brother. We listen. Both of us have finished our glasses. You came on with a vacation drink, goddamn it, and you still ain't
the top.
He got off the cruise.
He just got off the top.
He got off the cruise with the pina colada.
Y'all got a cherry in this joint.
Yo, man, but yo, we appreciate y'all tapping into the Talk That Lingo crew.
Double salute.
Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all subscribe. Be sure to subscribe. We got my brother Talib here. We got my brother Chris.
Make sure y'all follow me at Really Red X.
Yes, sir.
On IG. I got a link on there. I need the whole world to click.
Yes, sir.
And follow. And make sure any type of director skills y'all need done, come to the gentleman right next to me.
Oh yeah, I got y'all. I got y'all. Chris, give the people your handle, your Instagram handle.
So my Instagram is chrisberg_. But I'm new to this, so I'm about to have my own podcast coming soon, one of these days. Real soon. So,
blessings on that. Blessings on that.
Appreciate you, man. We're gonna be talking some. I don't know, but when I got it and I got the plan, trust me, y'all gonna hear it.
Yes, sir. Well, let me ask you this. A couple quick questions about your podcast. Yeah. When are you thinking about putting some of that content out there for the people, and do you have a name yet?
I don't got a name yet, but I got some. I think I'm gonna have some content coming within a couple of weeks, and the reason I say that because I want to talk to my homie, and I think he want to do it with me. So we going. So like I gotta put some things in order. I want to make sure when I put that content out, it's real good content, and we're gonna have it coming, man. I'm a different kind of boy. I'm a different kind of character. Y'all just seeing to relax me, but I mean, when I get myself up and rolling, y'all gonna see.
Copy.
Nigga, what?
nigga talking about? This nigga talking about, man.
What you mean? All I said was that I believe that. You know what I mean?
Chris, I do got a question for you.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. You ready?
What's that?
How the hell you gonna get fired on your day off?
I ain't hear it. What you say? I didn't hear it.
How the hell you gonna get fired on your day off?
Play your voicemail.
R.I.P.
God damn. You got to be a stupid motherfucker to get fired on your day off.
We out of here, man. It's your boy John Gray. Talk that Lingo crew. Talk that Lingo very fast. We appreciate y'all tapping in, man. We out of here, man.